shoot the shot, but you ain't having it. Girl, you jazzy, and I love you to the moon and back, baby. Girl, you jazzy. You everything a man could ever want. Girl, you jazzy.
Now watching the Jaszy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. Make sure you sit back and relax, and we got a hot show for you today. So make sure you subscribe, and stay tuned.
Hello everyone, this your girl Tye Ler Jae, actress, host, model, state finalist for Miss Maryland USA for 2 consecutive years, and you can follow me on all my social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. On my Instagram it is TYELER_JAE, and on all my social media platforms it is Tye Ler Jae. And guess what? I'm here at the Red Carpet Lounge with my girl Jaszy Mango, and let's get it.
Hey guys, this is your girl Jaszy Mango, and welcome to the Red Carpet Lounge. I'm sitting here chilling with my homegirl, Miss Tye Ler Jae. How are you doing?
Girl, you're like a bomb.
Yes, you too. Yes, how you been?
I have been so amazing. Everything's been going well, and God's plan and everything, honey. So it's been awesome. How about yourself? Looking like a bag of biscuits, honey.
I have been amazing too. I've been seeing you. You know, I met you on Spotlight over the city, and since then I've been following your journey. And I just want to say, how difficult is it juggling all of these entrepreneurial things that you have going on?
Oh, man, between being an actress, a host, a model, musician, boy, the list can go on and on and on. It is wearing so many hats. It has its, you know, pros. I mean, you're known as doing this, you're known as doing that. It's like, wow, you're very versatile. You can do anything and everything. But at the same time, you know, it also have its cons, because you can't do too much of one thing without the other, and then sometimes it gets really conflicted and confusing.
Absolutely.
And it's been sometimes a struggle, because you have so many things you want to do. Just like you don't have enough time to do it. You're like, you want to do everything. You're ready to get going, and it's like, wait, where do I start with?
Absolutely.
So I had to eventually come down to one that I had to really focus on, which is acting, of course.
Okay.
Because between being a musician, and I do like trumpet, I do bass guitar, electric guitar, piano. Let's go on and on. Love piano, been in my heart. And so many things. You know, you're good at so many things, but it sometimes you have to kind of narrow it down to really what you want to do. So it's hard, it's great, it's bomb. Then it's like, I don't know.
So how did you figure out, okay, like, let's rock with this acting thing? Have you been getting more feedback with the acting, so it was just easy to transition into that?
Right. So it's kind of a funny story. Actually, I didn't even want to act. It was one of those situations where it was like, you ain't gonna catch me doing that.
Right.
Well, who I gotta be? Shirley? Who's Shirley? I ain't doing that. And it was just terrible, because it's like, man, I don't know how to be this. And I wanted to start off as a model 3 years ago, just about. I just came out of high school, didn't really want to go to college. I was like, don't really like school that much. And I actually I was a host for Glenn Jackson. I was doing his presenting at one of his fashion shows. I was like, okay, I kind of like this vibe, kind of like it, you know, okay, I'm feeling it, you know, okay, let's get a little rowdy.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, a job came through for TV One to be on For My Man. And that was my very first acting job. Right. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? I was like, girl, it was a mess. I was like, oh no. And next thing you know, I went there. It was a 2-day shoot kind of vibes. Everything went well, everything went good, but it was so nerve-wracking. It was just so many emotions going through. And then I came home and I'm like, man, like, maybe I can really do this. I went through an acting school and everything, and I didn't like it. I hated it at first. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, I can't do this.
Right.
But all of a sudden, the more I did it, the more they were like, wow, you really have a really good taste, you know, a look for this. You can really do this. I'm like, you know what, maybe I can. I don't know. So the more I did it, the more I fell in love with it, the more it was like, you know what, maybe I can actually really do this.
For you.
And the rest is history. And next, you know, I shot off, did so many things, international movies, so forth. But one thing I always wanted to do was to not change so much of who I am.
Absolutely.
Through the years, it's been so many ups and downs. No one talks about the downs.
Absolutely.
You know, as an actress, it's like, oh, it's forbidden to talk about it because it's all about perception. What you see, the good, the smiles, and the great hair and the great makeup. But no one wants to talk about the cries and the low blows and the man, you got to go through this to get through this kind of vibe of suffering and sacrificing. No one talks about that.
Right.
So I definitely wanted to, you know, bring light to that, some form of fashion, to say, hey, this is the real world. This is the world on Instagram and Facebook. Is not the real world. You know, people have to get up for a 9 to 5. People really have to go and, you know, sacrifice and do these things in order to move forward and define the purpose of what they're trying to do. So, girl, it's been a long journey, honey. Oh,
so
child.
I like that. So basically, you would describe yourself, Tye Ler Jae, bringing real to reality.
Ooh,
you know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna
So
take
you know what I'm
that.
saying?
You copyright
Like,
that?
yeah, because you know when, like you mentioned, like social media, it's a facade. It's a what we want the world to see.
Exactly.
It's not what goes on minute per minute. It looks like that before all the posts and all the events that we're always at. But for real, and I like that because young girls can relate to you as well as older women.
Right.
And they can see like, wow, maybe it took you to come out to force them to understand like it's okay to be me.
Right.
It's okay to slip up sometimes. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to just be real.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And not real as in rude. Real as in I command authority.
Exactly.
Real as in I walk through with a presence and I want you to respect me. But I will respect you as the same. I'm a humble person, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion.
Are we at church? I know it ain't Sunday, but I'm not going to start taking
I already told you, like, your spirit is like, it's like, I think you're like a younger me. So I like it. You know what I mean? And I like what you got going. And I like that you're representing for the everyday average woman.
Right. Oh, I'm
because
average,
you have curves, you have a nice exotic look to you, you have natural hair, and it doesn't matter if you straighten it or not. You know what I mean? So it's like, that in itself is a challenge because you got to figure out how the weather's gonna be, how you get your curls right. I know because I have natural hair.
Oh, girl, you already know it.
I have natural hair under this 11 years. You know what I mean? So it's like even to get it under this wig is a challenge because sometimes don't want to get braided right.
It's a struggle.
So what would you say to someone that was younger that might be looking for a role model? I'm not telling you to put yourself in a role model position, but I'm saying if someone came to you and said, Tyler, I want to do what you're doing, what would you tell them?
I think one thing I can definitely would tell them would be to, first of all, be yourself. I think getting wrapped up in what the world thinks and what everybody thinks can be very deceiving because what people may want for you may not be what you really want for yourself. Absolutely. So you have to first, I would say, to know yourself. Absolutely. You know, and at a younger age, you figuring out yourself. You know, you still, we all went through that age.
Right.
You know,
and even forever, I feel like we're always evolving.
Right. And we're always changing. You know, we don't stay the same person, the same always, all the time, unless that's just your preference. But, be yourself. And at the end of the day, you have to know yourself to be yourself. And then once you know yourself, then you have to be very, very, very independent. I was raised, I have 3 brothers, you know, only girl, the youngest of the bunch. And I was always taught to be independent. I was always taught to be my own woman. I don't take no mess from nobody, you know, because at the end of the day, I demand respect. I'm going to give it as long as you give it in return.
Absolutely.
So that's how I was taught from an old school kind of vibes. You know, I listened to the OJs and the Kool and the Gang. I came from an older era.
Right.
So I have more mature spirit and personality than a lot of other females. However, to know yourself is to be yourself. And I think that with this world nowadays, especially with high school, and even with high school, I didn't even know myself too well enough. I accepted so many things from people. I accepted so many just and jealousy and envious and all these other things because that's what you're thinking at that time. Like, okay, I gotta do this in order to get, but you don't.
Right.
You know what you want for yourself. If you want to be treated a certain way, then that's okay.
Absolutely.
As long as you get treated with respect, that's all that matters. But first and foremost, be yourself and do you, honey.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Oh, do you.
Now, what can we see, look up to with Tye Ler Jae in the future? What do you have coming up?
Well, I can't say too much about it. However, it's a lot of things upcoming. I can't share just little details.
Okay.
But it's so many things happening for me. Otherwise than that, though, I'm really just making sure that, you need some me time. And right now, taking a little me time.
I like that.
Because once you lose your mind, I'm telling you, girl.
Yes.
Once you lose your mind, it's a wrap.
Absolutely.
And once you get consumed with other things, it's a wrap.
Absolutely.
And you do not want to be able to be consumed with other things that is not of who you are.
Absolutely.
So that me time for me, I would definitely say for you, everybody who's listening to this, to take some me time from your daily life. Spend some time with yourself. Watch some Hulu, some Netflix, eat some pizza. Who cares?
Right.
There's no exception to this because
Absolutely.
just do you and be you.
Absolutely.
Dang, going in for a whole day.
So if you can leave a jewel, what would your jewel be for the show, for our viewers? What would you say to them?
If I had to say something, it would be just live your best life. And that's just coming from a very humble
Please.
viewpoint. Yeah, exactly. I come from a very Christian background, so I'm always going to speak about God wherever I go.
Absolutely.
Every single interview I do is always about what God is having planned. And what God has for you is for you. What God has for someone else is for themselves. Be happy for that person. And just do you, be you, and look at yourself. Your own plane, your own view. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. If it's about you, it's about what you got to do. That's all that matters.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming to the Red Carpet Lounge. Let everybody know where they can follow you again.
Okay, so right now my Instagram is a little bit, it's a little going through a little major thing. But that's okay, though. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm a little special, honey. I'm a little bit kind of twang. So Tye Ler Jae is spelled TYE-LERJAE. On Instagram, it is TYELER_JAE. And on all my social media platforms, you can find me at Tye Ler Jae, and that is how you can find me.
Yes, and like she said, what God has for you is for you. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right. And I'm your host, Jaszy Mango, and thank you for sharing all this moment on the Jaszy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. Remember to check me out also on the Silk White YouTube channel. Mwah, and we're out. Damn night. I'm not really here for all this shit.
Man,
And through all the pain,
looking a little stiff.
I just want to let you know,
Taking me back in 2 months.
that I'ma hold you down. Listen.
Remember the first time when we met? You said if I ever took a fall, baby, would you have my back?
What's going on here, man?
Yes,
What do you look like, man? Yo, we got a problem?
Hey. All times are bad, it makes us stronger, that's a fact. When I'm upset, you make me laugh. This unbreakable love keeps us on track. It makes me wanna hold you down. Nothing else can come between us now. Yeah, hold you down. To the top we're climbing now. Yeah, hold you down. Nothing else can come between us now. Hold you down. To the top we are climbing now. When things are good, all things are bad. One thing remains. When things are good, all things are bad. One thing remains. I'ma hold you down. I'ma hold you